Ladies and gentlemen, now parading are the entries in race 9, the Angel Shadow Pace, and making his final trip around the driving park oval, leading the post parade here this afternoon, the horse himself and the familiar colors behind him, Marcel Barrio with the veteran campaigner Angel Shadow. Starters in the Angel Shadow Pace. One is Old Time Robbie, owned by Harry Simmons of Sherwood. Your driver, Shane Bernard. 2, Rum Keg, owned by Clifford Chapel, Spring Valley. Clifford drives. 3, Island Hero, owned by Stephen and Vernon McDonald. Your driver, David Rose. 4, FG Charles, owned by Albert McDonald of Bell River, driven by Alex McPhee. 5, Harborview Dreamer, owned by Don and Mary Lang Charlottetown, Paul McDonald up. 6 is Kerr Grave, owned by Agnes Dawson West Royalty. Alan Sharon will do the driving. Post time for race number 9. It's the Angel Shadow Pace, has been set at 3:50. That leaves 6 minutes wagering time remaining on this race. It features Triacta and Exactor Wagering. And Angel Shadow will be making his way back to the winner's circle at trackside here momentarily. Presentations on behalf of the driving park and Dr. Bob Webster, owner of Holly Lane Island Farms, where Angel Shadow will begin his stud duty here on Prince Edward Island in 1988. Ladies and gentlemen, as he makes his way back to the CDP winner's circle for the last time, Angel Shadow raced most of his career against the preferred and invitational class pacers and never looked out of place. The big bay stallion with a white face, blaze on his face, started his career as a 2-year-old in St. John and finished 5th in his first start. He then reeled off 6 straight overnight wins for Marcel Barrio before being nosed out in his 8th and final start as a 2-year-old. After taking a new race record of 1:57.4 at Blue Bonnets in '85, Angel Shadow returned to the Maritimes, where he set a track record of 1:58.2 at Sackville Downs, a track mark of 1:59 in Summerside and the Governor's Plate, and at Truro Raceway in 1:58.2, a record for maritime-bred performers. He paced to his 4th sub-2-minute victory with a 1:59 jaunt here in Gold Cup and Saucer Trial 1 in Charlottetown, finishing second to winner's accolade in the fastest ever Gold Cup and Saucer 1:57.2. Angel Shadow's greatest victory came in Provincial Cups 8 at St. John, pacing in 1:57. In his final start at Champlain Raceway, Angel Shadow lowered the record for maritime-bred performers with a 1:56.4 victory in the Honda Motors Pace. Marcel Barrio campaigned the great maritime champion in almost all of his career starts, and we're glad to have him here this afternoon, which saw him post 45 lifetime victories. That is for Angel Shadow. When he was beaten, Angel Shadow was never far behind. Here at the driving park, besides winning 2 Gold Cup and Saucer trials, he finished second to Pearl's Falcon in the first ever sub-2-minute mile at the driving park of 1:59. Second in 2 Gold Cup and Saucers, 2 winners' accolade, and second to one of the most memorable ever Gold Cup and Saucers, to Rev Your Engine and a stretch duel long to be remembered. Also finishing second to Wavor in the fastest ever half-mile maritime mark of 1:56.4 here at the driving park. That to Wavor, a class horse. As you can see at trackside, manners to boot. He is the picture of what a racehorse should look like. And here this afternoon, we're pleased to have him here on Prince Edward Island for not only this afternoon, but for the breeding season for the Maritimers, and especially a credit to the breeding ranks here on Prince Edward Island. Now at trackside, Barry McDonald, on behalf of the driving park, make a presentation of an engraved Charlottetown Driving Park pen set to Marcel Barrio, the man who has sat behind Angel Shadow for almost all of his career starts, and also a presentation on behalf of the driving park to Wally McGuinness, the groom from Charlottetown, who has made Angel Shadow the horse he is throughout his career and is here this afternoon. Angel Shadow's groom has been Wally McGuinness since day number 1. And let's not forget the man responsible for the upbringing and the breeding of Angel Shadow. That is the owner, Murray Wade, from Moncton, New Brunswick, and Dr. Bob Webster, the master of Holly Lane Island Farms, will present, and Mrs. Webster presenting to Mr. and Mrs. Murray Wade a beautiful engraved plaque of the infield here at the driving park to Mr. and Mrs. Murray Wade, and also the driver of Angel Shadow, which is none other than Marcel Barrio. Again, a presentation on behalf of Holly Lane Island Farms. Angel Shadow was a class horse, as we all know, throughout us here in the Maritimes and on Prince Edward Island, and here at Trackside this afternoon, just showing what kind of a racehorse he is, and we hope to see his colts and fillies in the coming years. Again, we thank Murray Wade and his wife from Moncton, New Brunswick, Marcel Barrio coming down from Blue Bonnets in Montreal here this afternoon, and a groom, Wally McGuinness. Boys, thanks for the memories from all of us here at the Charlottetown Driving Park, and good luck in the breeding ranks as we say goodbye to a great maritime champion, Angel Shadow. Race 9, top of the stretch, this afternoon's feature. It's the Angel Shadow pace. Has 1, Old Time Robbie, 2, Rum Keg, 3, Island Hero, 4, FG Charles, 5, Harborview Dreamer. The outside 6 is Kerr Grade. Here they come. And the pacing Island Hero, Harborview Dreamer get away quickly as they battle up front for the lead. Down along the rail, Old Time Robbie, FG Charles, the outside 4th. Battle on up front, they are neck and neck, getting on by the 8th. Harborview Dreamer up on the outside. Island Hero racing it along the rail. 2nd, FG Charles parked out, driving 3rd. 4th is Old Time Robbie, Rum Keg. And a Kerr Grade Trail moving by the opening quarter. It's Harborview Dreamer on top. He has it by a length and a half. Island Hero pacing 2nd. FG Charles attacked 3rd. 4th is Old Time Robbie, Rum Keg. And a Kerr Grade Trail. They move on to the 3/8 mark. Led by Harborview Dreamer up front. Took them by the quarter in 31-1. Island Hero attacked 2nd. Racing 3rd, FG Charles. Here comes Old Time Robbie rushing up on the outside 4th. Rum Keg and a Kerr Grade moving from the back. They're now halfway home, led by Harborview Dreamer up front. Island Hero 2nd. Old Time Robbie the outside 3rd. FG Charles at the rail 4th. Kerr Grade wide 5th. And Rum Keg trails. They move into the paddock turn after a half of 104 and 2. Harbor View Dreamer, your leader by the 5/8. 3/8 left the pace. Harbor View Dreamer, there goes Island Hero up on the outside to challenge second. FG Charles now third. Down the back stretch they go, moving by the 3/4. Harbor View Dreamer up on the outside. Second is Island Hero. Kergrade is full of pace, closing up outside third. FG Charles now fourth. Old Timer Robbie and Rum Keg onto the 7/8 they go. Kergrade is circling them up on the outside. 3 wide and going to the top. Island Hero, FG Charles, Harbor View Dreamer fourth. 1:36.1 by the 3/4. It's Kergrade on top. It's Kergrade by 2. FG Charles and Island Hero right down to the wire. Kergrade wins the Angels Shadow Pace. FG Charles second. Island Hero will be 3. To the wire is your unofficial winner of race 9, the Angels Shadow Pace, your number 6 entry, Kergrade. 4-year-old pacing bay horse by Artie's Dream from the Dam Spring Vacation. On the Agnes Dawson West Royalty, Alan Sharon picks up his second win on the day, number 3 on the season. Good winning trip of 2:07.2 for 6, Kergrade. Now at trackside, the owner of Angels Shadow, Murray Wade, along with Dr. Bob Webster of Holly Lane Island Farms, presenting the Angels Shadow Pace Cooler to the winning horse, Kergrade. Congratulations to the owner, Agnes Dawson West Royalty, and the driver, Alan Sharon. Again, congratulations and thanks to Murray Wade and Dr. Bob Webster, Marcel Barrier, and Wally McGuinness for this afternoon's Angels Shadow Salute here at the driving park. Kergrade winning the Angels Shadow Pace in 2:07.2. Here are the official results of race 9. 1 Old Time Robbie 5, 2 Rum Keg 6, 3 Island Hero 3, 4 FG Charles 2, 5 Harbor View Dreamer 4, 6 Kergrade, your race winner. Fractions, quarter 31.1, half in 1:04.2, 3/4 1:36.1, time for the mile 2:07.2, top down 5:63, 2:41. Final race of the afternoon, up and coming race 10. No program changes, windows are open and selling.